In a world where wealth and status often dictate relationships, a mother's insistence on a prenup to protect her family's fortune backfired spectacularly when she discovered the black woman she pressured was the daughter of a secret billionaire. What began as a calculated move to guard her son's inheritance turned into a humbling revelation that upended assumptions and redefined power in a single, unforgettable confrontation. The story unfolded in the affluent circles of Chicago's Gold Coast, where old money and new ambitions collided. Maya Ellison, a 34-year-old black woman, was a rising star in the tech industry, known for her work as a software engineer at a leading AI firm. Her intelligence and drive had earned her respect among colleagues, but her personal life was about to thrust her into a different kind of spotlight. Maya was engaged to Ethan Caldwell, a 36-year-old investment banker whose family, the Caldwells, had built a real estate empire worth hundreds of millions. Ethan was charming, ambitious, and deeply in love with Maya, but his mother, Margaret Caldwell, had other ideas about who was worthy of her son. Margaret, a 62-year-old matriarch with a sharp mind and sharper tongue, was the gatekeeper of the Caldwell fortune. She had spent decades managing the family's wealth, ensuring it remained intact for future generations. When Ethan announced his engagement to Maya, Margaret's approval was tepid at best. To her, Maya was an outsider, talented perhaps, but not from their world. Margaret's concerns weren't just about class. They were rooted in a deep-seated bias she barely acknowledged. She saw Maya's background, raised in a working-class neighborhood by a single father, as a liability, not a strength. The tension came to a head 6 months before the wedding, during a dinner at the Caldwell family's lakefront mansion. Margaret had invited Maya and Ethan to discuss wedding plans, but her real agenda was clear from the start. After dessert, she pulled Maya aside, her tone polite but cold. "Maya," she said, "I've had my lawyers draw up a prenuptial agreement. It's standard for families like ours. I'm sure you understand." Maya, caught off guard, felt a knot form in her stomach. She had expected scrutiny from Margaret, but this was different. "I haven't thought about a prenup," she replied, keeping her voice steady. "Ethan and I haven't discussed it." Margaret's smile was thin. "That's why I'm bringing it up. We need to protect Ethan's inheritance. It's nothing personal, just business." The word stung, but Maya kept her composure. She loved Ethan, and she wasn't about to let his mother's suspicions derail their future. "I'll look at it," she said, "but I'd like to discuss it with Ethan first." Margaret's eyes narrowed slightly. "Of course," she said, "but I'd advise you to sign it. It's in everyone's best interest." When Maya told Ethan about the conversation, he was furious. "She had no right to ambush you like that," he said, pacing their apartment. "This is our life, not hers." Maya, however, was pragmatic. "Let's see the document," she said. "If it's fair, I'll consider it. I don't want to start our marriage with a fight." The prenup was delivered the next day, a thick packet outlining strict terms. In the event of divorce, Maya would receive a modest settlement but no claim to the Caldwell fortune. The document also included clauses limiting her access to certain family assets during the marriage. It was clear Margaret saw Maya as a potential threat, someone who might exploit Ethan's wealth. Maya read the terms carefully, her legal training from a brief stint in corporate law kicking in. The document was airtight but insulting, implying she was a gold digger rather than a partner. Ethan urged her not to sign. "You don't have to do this," he said. "I trust you. This is my mother's paranoia, not mine." But Maya, ever strategic, saw an opportunity. She had a secret of her own, one she kept even from Ethan. Her father, Samuel Ellison, was not the modest mechanic he appeared to be, unknown to almost everyone. Samuel was a billionaire who had built a fortune through discreet investments in tech startups during the dot-com boom. He lived simply, shunning the spotlight, and had raised Maya to value hard work over wealth. Only a handful of people knew his true net worth, and Maya had inherited his knack for keeping her cards close. "I'll sign it," Maya told Ethan, her tone calm but resolute. "But I'm doing it on my terms." Ethan was stunned. "Why?" "You don't need to prove anything to her." Maya smiled faintly. "I'm not proving anything to her. I'm protecting us. Trust me." Reluctantly, Ethan agreed and Maya signed the prenup, adding a handwritten note to the final page. Signed under duress, with full confidence in my own resources. The note was cryptic, but it was a message to herself and to Margaret that she wasn't as powerless as the Caldwells assumed. The wedding planning continued, but Margaret's attitude toward Maya grew colder. She made subtle digs at family gatherings, questioning Maya's taste in decor or her choice of career. Tech is so unstable, she'd say, her tone dripping with condescension. I hope you have a backup plan. Maya absorbed the slights, her patience a testament to her focus on the bigger picture. The turning point came at a pre-wedding brunch hosted by the Caldwells and an exclusive country club. The guest list included Chicago's elite, business tycoons, politicians, and socialites, all gathered to toast a couple. Margaret, ever the orchestrator, used the event to reinforce her dominance. During her speech, she praised Ethan's accomplishments, then turned to Maya with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. We're so pleased to welcome Maya into the family, she said. She's a bright young woman, and with the prenup in place, we can all rest easy knowing our family's legacy is secure. The room fell silent, the air heavy with awkwardness. Guests exchanged glances, unsure how to react to the blatant jab. Ethan's face reddened and he started to stand, but Maya placed a hand on his arm, stopping him. She rose to her feet, her expression serene, but her eyes blazing with purpose. Thank you, Margaret, for your warm words, Maya said, her voice clear and steady. I signed your prenup because I believe in love, not leverage. But since you brought it up, I think it's time to share something about my own legacy. The guests leaned forward, sensing something monumental. Margaret's smile faltered, her confidence wavering for the first time. My father, Samuel Ellison, raised me to value integrity over wealth, Maya continued. He's a private man, so private that most of you don't know he's one of the wealthiest investors in this country. His net worth exceeds $2 billion, built through decades of smart investments. I didn't sign your prenup because I needed your money, Margaret. I signed it because I didn't want to embarrass you until now. A gasp rippled through the room. Margaret's face went pale, her hands gripping the edge of the table. Ethan looked at Maya, stunned, as did the other guests, who began whispering furiously. Samuel Ellison, who had been sitting quietly at a corner table, stood and walked to his daughter's side. He was a tall man in his late 60s, dressed in a simple suit, his demeanor humble but commanding. Maya speaks the truth, Samuel said, his voice calm but resonant. I've stayed out of the spotlight to protect my family, but I won't stand by while my daughter is disrespected. Margaret, your assumptions about Maya were wrong, and they've cost you more than you realize. Margaret stammered, trying to regain control. I had no idea, she said. This is a misunderstanding. We welcome Maya wholeheartedly. Maya shook her head. It's too late for that, she said. I was prepared to invest $50 million from my father's foundation into Caldwell Holdings to support your new urban development project. That offer is now off the table. I don't partner with people who judge me before they know me. The room erupted in murmurs. The Caldwell project, a $500 million redevelopment plan, was heavily reliant on outside investors, and Maya's withdrawal was a devastating blow. Ethan, still processing the revelation, took Maya's hand, his expression a mix of awe and pride. I didn't know, he whispered. Why didn't you tell me? Maya squeezed his hand. I wanted you to love me for me, not my father's money, she said. But I won't let anyone diminish me, not even your mother. The brunch ended in chaos. Guests swarmed Maya and Samuel, eager to network with the newly revealed billionaire. Margaret, humiliated, left early, her face a massive shock. The news spread quickly, with social media buzzing about the Caldwell prenup disaster. Hashtags like #SecretBillionaire and #MayaEllison trended as the story hit financial blogs and news outlets. Headlines read, Billionaire's daughter humiliates family over prenup, and Caldwell Empire loses $50 million after matriarch's misstep. The fallout was immediate. Caldwell Holdings stock took a hit as investors questioned the family's judgment. Margaret's influence waned, and she stepped back from public appearances, her reputation tarnished. Ethan, torn between his family and his fiancée, confronted his mother privately. "You judge Maya without knowing her," he said. "You need to make this right." Margaret, chastened, reached out to Maya with an apology, but was too late. Maya accepted it politely, but made it clear the investment was gone. She and Ethan moved forward with their wedding, but on their terms, with a smaller, more intimate ceremony that excluded Margaret's influence. Samuel attended, beaming with pride as he walked Maya down the aisle. Maya used the incident to fuel her advocacy. She launched a foundation in her name, funded by her father's wealth, to support women of color in tech and finance. She spoke publicly about the importance of judging people by their character, not their background, using her experience with the Caldwells as a case study. Her firm, Apex AI, grew even stronger, securing new partnerships that eclipsed the Caldwell deal. The Caldwells struggled to recover. The urban development project stalled without Maya's investment, and the family's reputation took years to rebuild. Margaret, once a formidable force, became a cautionary tale about the dangers of prejudice. Maya, meanwhile, emerged as a symbol of resilience, proving that true power lies not in wealth but in the courage to stand up for oneself. The wedding was a celebration of love and triumph, with Maya and Ethan stronger than ever. Samuel, watching from the sidelines, knew his daughter had not only honored his legacy, but surpassed it. The prenup, once a symbol of distrust, became a turning point that redefined the Caldwell family and elevated Maya Ellison to a force no one would underestimate again.